OKFM 101.7.
The man son no end point homeopathic clinic do what in na yare bia adokro wo ahye so ye bibi enye yie to me kafabra end point homeopathic clinic do what in ho niam bi de na video mu so ade ma won se wo so waposo wa chiribremu ba bia ye oya to me kabra end point homeopathic clinic wo discharge bia da bia abadwun so bia no bo se na efifiu ba menu na ba no ba bra end point homeopathic clinic no to asie fama me pa cho so wo diabetes wo hepatitis wo spine problem wo chiribremu no how wo aniyare wo ulcer wo yare bia bra wo yesin free wa yare bia Dr. Duboatin end point homeopathic clinic to yare na se na or the homeopathy no na yaresa eni to ase homeopathy no na yaresa Queen of England otiase no eno na wode bon ho ban homeopathy no any side effect kra me ni panyini che na Dr. Duboatin was Princess Road Shell signboard akra wabi ebi wotema 22 udu afra wajansha ko straight to Porty Gardens for the the clinic massive branch no kunuma bonya Angel Education School na chi particular branch wa anaji police station na chi pe Doctor Amamu 30 minutes mpacho mo fan friend sisi ya 0244 867068 0244 867068 0244 867068 0244 867068 ebio 0244 867068 end point homeopathic clinic Dr. Duboatin na mame nkwen Ora Dennis Miracle Abuaje a director local government office of the president na ye no enfa enkomo hyeso biro me moache
bejo sin na gbo
boko na so umpom ti saying
the vice election e show bende
and His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and that Wabekasa na what the Niswadi Huni vision no and so at mine no we are seeing him. Now at the end here anymore.
Oh, senior, and then no, see it to me at the end of the speech, you didn't want the dear. On my way free, any baby have a bedroom. Any study on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, a war, Emma or minor going into the future. And see, we should expect some of the critical questions are you want will be no. Now, critically, we should have clear cut, cogent reasons why Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia did say, I don't know the best person to lead this country. And it's a very exciting day. It's going to be a very interesting speech today. But this is all we ask for as a country. Say, you don't have the kind of democracy where you try on competing ideas, any alternatives profess to our challenges. Now, team and move to me, decided to say the best for them. Into a crowd by 4 p.m. You will universal here.
I see. Now, Mamma, so what Cecily C. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC for Noah or so your campaigner. Yeah, the Omoka. A year or head of the economic management team. And the BB and Koya on the debate, so Bobo president and can say, were ye economic mogul. And see, obey me, I attending near my around. Sir, what it is answer me here? Yana to say, national presentation, it will seek to cure, sir, pronouncements here. I am free the quarters with the NDC.
It's a legitimate issue. So when it be answering, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and your agenda say will be journey free. A byway near to me. The edge is a byway, a boy home in the far more than John Dramani Mahama and a buying. There is no doubt, say, Dr. John Dramani Mahama and a buying remains one of the most incompetent, clueless governments we've had in the history of this country. Absolutely no doubt. They left this country in complete tatters. Omayimu Obia Sakane and Somoko. And see, there's no doubt about that. But the key is that at every point in time, Ewo Omayimbia Bako Semuno, Omampeni Biaba, Oba Bayenede, Oyivia, Oko, Emma Obifo Fronso, Eba, Ebetuaso. In the current scenario, no, Nana Adanko Kufuado, or no, any penia, Yade, or mine 2 million shillings. So on her number on Tete, Emma, with Dini Dumedi, or the baby. What it means is that it's a key to me, and if for also, it was so. And no, and Ama and the daughter Mahmoud Bawumia, so a day, Najim say a day, Eba. And see, at every rate, the vision of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is completely different from the vision that another Dankwa Ekufuado had. The point is this: Yakwe yedi pakrampo say embrebia yakwe nimuno. Yini so de hone esesa anambwa.
Oh yes, esesa.
Nka no nanka wo pese wo ye radio aduma. Nti wo sha say free radio station ketu ebi wo community bi mu. Ye ya no 1991 ene wo kwa the number 1 morning show in Ghana. Menji ni se ne bisa say woni so de hu ye den obeka say sala obesa ye morning show host. Because why you say you want to aye ni ye etu hu ni atu we ni mawie. Nti wo be prayer ko be for me bo.
Say kwa baby amedro ambassador fata me pa.
Aha, nti wo say no. Ti awo no wo we nyina na say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wi ni a. Then de ye do wako Bogota. Na ka wako hwe ho. E de amayin. Wo do experience ni ade no na ka wa remaining as Bogota ambassador, Ghana ambassador to Bogota. Naka wo de CC e hona e den amayin. To bia de student and ni so ade ho. And I said, so I didn't want to know. And maybe as a fact, and she said, I am to be or Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia also crown vision. Doesn't mean say he doesn't believe in a Kufado's vision. That is not the case. Now, not don't go Kufado at the vision, no, Abbey. At this point, whether he likes it or not, no, you do know, I'm not a man who can be to my day at Wasso. But there is one instructive point that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia make. I know the guide video or say the philosophy is the same, but the path will be different. Philosophy meaning the mum Gideon and as a philosophy I say Gideon and I Gideon.
Just as you say, and a nearma a gina sworn, a yard, a quantum, a quine, a faswayon, and a and
if Fatamono, I had the crow, but a quiet before Soyano, a strong call. Enter 4 cry, enter 4 Pacani penny. Almost say, and so the 2 moments on Mundi Jumedia, Obia the choir before so be the Juma. Not a snow, former President Rollins, ne foul. Even though now Professor Tamos and advice, Professor Tamos is to be the president, none is style, not here strong. Now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Professor Mills, vice. And so, obey president, style, strong. Sa pepe, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, pese oche. But the vision remains, the philosophy remains the same. The MPP philosophy is simple. At any point in time, yen philosophy say a pequembia or mine, obi or temubia or yegan and nibia to me enya. The basic necessities are to be the springboard into the future. Into basic necessities to the business, so be to go school, and so be to be near. So I just say, so be to be near marketing ticket to be in there. So was school, so in the school, Nipper being here as a to be up on the bra. South philosophy, he is not going to depart from it. Nemo and Caneno, Ebia maybe or her nanka, Nana Dranko Kufado, a buying a year or your finding far. Or no bedroom swat, one shot on Fanny Fat or before being cum. But at the end of the day, the philosophy in what we want to achieve, would be the same. We are very clear in our mind as a political party, say we have a much more superior philosophy, a much more superior agenda. You need to do a song. A cock and cry, a fear, and you and this before a day. Enti, as the head of economic management team, the Jumane say, or the futu any agency, ebema omampeni ene ne cabinet. Nemum say omampeni ne cabinet in sake futu na. Omo no mo betre whether a futu no omo befa e de aye adwuma kronkron mu anase omo be sakra eni kakra anase omo beto ato de kra. That's what we call ultimate responsibility. That ultimate responsibility no omampeni abedi eti bi eniwa owo bi. Nemum that ultimate responsibility no lies with the president and his cabinet. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia may have his own disagreements about certain specific things that Nana don't go for the buy. But I'm gonna say, "Oh, your mampini abedi chiri." Nti, "Oh, they are say, overbo or mampini chidom." Now, what do I do say amano? But want to mean take a decision no based on sending a whole fee says so we know. And we're not going to run away from the fact that the vice president is head of economic management team. But the fact also remains the economic management team and yet the decision-making body of the economic management decision of this country. But that resides in the president and the cabinet. If I talk about cabinet, there's another superior body, a saying economic management team, and yet the cabinet subcommittee on economy and finance. Omo pa no take a decision. It is a finance minister can say obey budget. Budget na economic management team led budget never. Finance minister lay the budget before cabinet subcommittee. Cabinet subcommittee sign an offer and say omo lay before cabinet. So there may be some ideas or some specific policies idea or Mampeni Abedi does not necessarily agree with. Power to make that decision. The Omampeni has that ultimate power, no? And that's what he's saying. Say, even as a vice president, no, Nijume Die exercise, the role as a vice president, no, is not in question. There is one debate there on my way. Obiaya doing and they say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been the best performing vice president that this country has seen in our history. Not only in the Fourth Republic, but in our history. Because senior vice president, the humanity, no, yet to be born, I wouldn't be here. By Antiama, why how better not try a dormant, redundant, I won't hear. But we acquire what for so, what carving Bonibe, what carving nature man, what pequen be so or contribute specific projects. I'll say, maybe a medium on Pampania Bedichu. Nemum, Saju Media Bakum, Yunumi, and Sawadi. And that is obvious. It's there for everybody to see. And that is why across the country will be a dear dancer say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, when it comes to his role as vice president, there, it's true. And see, on my way, no, you may do some quiet there, say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Sape and the vice president. So, Okasa Obesana, based on the vice presidential role, how he executed himself as a vice president. What was the mandate of the vice president and how has he performed as a vice president? You decide to see the Susuni via. You better say, oh, you share quite what first we do when Edu Wujuma as a vice president. You did say, you did 2 minutes as a show, sir, which we are doing. I know in the Sunkoso. And that is what the vice president is talking about. And obvious, senior, very obvious. Your next elections, no, and I agree with Eduji. The next election is between His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. There is no doubt about that. It is not a referendum on the performance of the MPP. No, next election no, is not a yes or no an MPP or a yes or no an NDC. No, next election is a decision on two individuals whom we want to entrust the destiny of this country into their hands. It's a strict decision between John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That is what it is. We're not going to allow individuals to hide and hide their incompetencies and hide their incapacities behind political parties. If they inform me, you be a person or mine that and if you are something inform you almost sooner or buying saying that is a decision that the people of Ghana are going to make. John Dramani Mahama in this country, he's had an opportunity to be everything you can think of as a politician. We did assemblyman, we did member of parliament, we did deputy minister, we did minister, we did vice president. We did vice president in the year 2012. On my way, I catch and say, oh, my vice president in the summer, woman twice when I'm the ministry on me from Bomo. And when you Jina no so, you Jina sad decision no so, sir, a child panoso, and I do on mine here day, sir, a man be a president. Yedamano, a Juan open and Yedamanda. A Jumana and Oba pro catch and Famano, Yedamanda. The question is, Yedamano, no, a crime ben of Faswa or the Boer minor. He is in the history as one of the worst performing presidents you can think of in this country. Not just that, he is in this history as one of the most ruthless, disrespectful presidents to the people that we've had in this country. Say, Omani Moya Day, I want Saba, yet to be catcher, say, Mebu Yeduma, Yeduma. At that time, we'll be in an okache and say, on your magician, no conjure Eduma. In fact, the ministers on your Muye Juma, Oman almost had place on Bebe Abemono. Honorable Rashid Pepo, extra TV so catch Ghana for myself. Yeni Eduma, Serrano Pa, Yanko room, near Cossa, more Megu Kwan, for Baba talk no more Cosida. Or Cassie says, Yeni Eduma, it is on TV, so I'm not lying. Or says Yeni Eduma, Yanko Chicha grass, near for Begu Kwan, and Kofa Beto grass, and Command Ponchari, near Sikaye. This was the solution they gave to us when they were in government. At some point in the history of this country, when this country was so difficult and not gonna for complaining, the man that is asking to be president, we had made him president, and he told us, "Say, why you ojoin fu, and yet the yen kano and OT." That is the one going around today, asking us to give him the same job. A Juma Kone, the man, and now can some answer for Tache, the same job, Nane, on Namakache, say, Yenfa Emano. What Dr. Friend is saying, John Mahama, His Excellency, is doing to us in election 2024 is to simply tell us, that is what he's telling us. Say, what I did not open an idea, I'm open. Senior, Yamawa be morning show host, okayfm pain. We and you said I'll be saying 1 year in tea, ye wedi. I say, okayfm a Jumana Babedaho. What's the other? What's the answer from Mount Nasa by ye?
I say, a man yen, Macquaco Tinech, to me, sir.
I will now take that. You see, that's the difference here. And I also and I can be a president, senior, and another uncle Kufado, a be a president, and I will not have any issue with you. But now take that as vice president. As someone will catch and then a sad, I will catch a vice president, so Messia, medium and penity to Messia, and to Mufamame, and the other mouth. So we gave you this opportunity already, and you blew that opportunity. What's saying? It's all to me, Sam, the same to see. Almost everything Mahama, His Excellency, or Kache, and the same to Kache in the year 2012 and 2016. The same thing. Opa here, see, some more coming in the 2012 manifesto. Now, for the 2016 manifesto, everything he's saying is exactly what he said before we gave him power. And then he did 2 minutes more. Some now can and then no capeno. I don't know 1 year. And then on them or promising teacher for or promising nurse for. Onya acquainting us of what teacher for the nurse for. Or rather, not a almost in the year 2015-2016. Now, for teacher, the friend of Juma say, on my teacher the Juma. Or to me, Juma 3 years. And Breast to say a bit of the case, can you a bit of 3 months? That was done the money Mahama's scorecard. A dream baby was my way. Teacher for the nurse for school for Sikaka Krabunya. Edi chicho mo hono on mampedi John Domani Mahama edgy from nsem yi free ho ye catch and say enye dia ye can yet na if that is the last thing he will do, so he leaves forward, he will do it. Today he is promising the same teachers. The man cannot be trusted. The man is a political trickster, and it's not as he said the American men are made man no count ye the man da why ya ma yehuda eti the American men bomi tim enka emfa no ho eye ne ho dance here and a me dey needy. So on what basis and energy and then in call for Mudi Dondomani Mahama Ekasi and to me from Dondomani Mahama. Adia Bakufan Mudilaso. Domidilas why I can't say I am people went to your Indian farmer. Nana Adudankwa Ekufuado remains one of the best performing presidents that we have seen in this country. Okay? Between 2017 and 2021. This country's economy was one of the best you can think about in this country. Then we encountered a challenge. Question A, say, challenge I encounter in the year 2020 no. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. Any digital ministers are to take feature on the bedi post. No more abemua. How would they have handled this crisis? Because that crisis we know is not peculiar to Ghana. And peculiar to Ghana can mean confidence can become one all over the world. The US, the UK, Germany, they've experienced unprecedented 40-year economic crisis. In almost 40 years. That is what they're experiencing today. It is our concern, I'm going to say, Senkawo, and now what and a COVID by and the world global supply chain are disrupted. And then see, we are still finding Yamabo a year day, and now what Bemua. I can quite be now the first one handle. Or to become a bisacre or say, that's a tour somewhere. You better be a consideration. Otherwise, the only conclusion we can have on the say, if John Mahama was in power, considering his track record, considering his scorecard, if I don't know what Bemuni encounters our challenges here, my mind encounter here, and come my week about now, about that is the truth. Check. John Dramani Mahama inherited a single digit inflation from Atamils. By the time he was leaving, inflation was double digit. Between 2018 and 2021, MPP Befa Akojano, they are reducing inflation from double digit to single digit. In fact, single digit inflation ran from 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. And you can check. In fact, everything will be seen. The year 2012, now inflation and 11.19. 2013, inflation equal 11.67. 2014, inflation SN4 show equal 15.49. 2015, inflation focus show 17.15. 2016, inflation focus show 17.45. What it clearly tells you is that for the 4 years now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebedi president. For each of those years, inflation was going up. And this is data. This is not miracle saying. For each of the years, John Dramani Mahama ebe disrupt says how single digit inflation now. Professor Mills, Emma, for each of the years, inflation was climbing up to double digits. From 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, until the disruption of the global economic supply chain, inflation was constantly a single digit. In the year 2018, inflation was 7.81. In the year 2019, inflation was 7.14. In the year 2020, inflation was 9.89. In the year 2021, inflation was 9.97. These are facts and figures. And this is the reality that we found ourselves in the first 4 years. It's not my way, and I'm quite puzzled. Until, of course, you been a global economic crisis. And I have one pia mene, Yandane Yanwa, Yamiadum, Yakusua Yi Tifuno. I feel all of a sudden, Yamia boy, Yatuya, Dubadan, than Yaden Kakra, Yi Tifuno. Was the answer for to me command the pana or buy no best say no. I mean, it doesn't add up. And that is why all of us are working tirelessly without any form of complacency to indicate clearly, say, we are not going to allow this country to be sent back into gloom and doom. Onami onka the kind someone to into family. Onwa kasa to me my assurance. Say media de mamia a coin say the mefasamity open never be could be assigned to you. And you said some qua and my say dear no one casabit Friday. The man is clueless, he's empty, he has no ideas, he has no plan, and he has nothing to offer the people of this country. And then if we are Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be offering the people of this country specific, clear, cogent policy alternatives that would lead this country into the kind of future that we are looking at. The policy that will protect the gains that we have made. Policies are about and they pay you to me and no buying. Now policies are about what the akayen to me and no a bit to me about it where they acquire.
Medasiano paper, so what you brenna, what church in Simu. Medase, a radisu Israel. Dennis Miracle, Abwaje, a director, local government, office of the president, and the NHN Common. Now,
OKFM 101.7.